to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Owen Hayes. You're watching Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented to you by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor. And today, well, it's the 26th of April, Saturday morning, and yes, we are live, being the only live interactive fishing and hunting television show ever. We'd love to hear from you. Call us up on that North American Metals hotline. Super easy. It's called a phone. 503-548-6777. Questions, comments, reports. We've got some time built into the first couple of segments to get some calls in. So if you have anything that you'd like to share or any comments that you'd like to throw out there, we'd love to hear from you. You know who you are. Don't be shy. Like always, though, we're going to have some photos that everybody's been sending over in just a couple of minutes. So if you sent those in, just settle down. If it was like a week or two or 3 weeks ago, roughly, that you sent them in, this could be your day. I promise we show them all with the order that they were sent in. So just be patient, but there's a bunch that we're going to be showing today, 10 of them, as a matter of fact. A couple of giveaways that we're going to have. This upcoming segment is the report segment. I only made it out once this week, which was yesterday, and I'll have my report to share what I saw from the Great Lake Willamette. Yeah, it's not a lot of flow out there right now. And in the couple of segments from here, we're going to check in with Daving. Now, Daving is the owner of Fish-Ing Guide Service and Fish-Ing Products, okay? Some of the best and most innovative products that we use on our boats ever, knocked off like you wouldn't believe because they're so good. But we're going to check in with him live from the Willamette. He's already had a little success, which I hate to give that up early, but it's exciting because where he's actually at in Oregon City has been very sporadic. And for a lot of folks, not all, but for the vast majority of people fishing up in that area, it's been super tough. A typical egg bite in April on the Willamette for springers. Very difficult, but that's where he's at. We're going to find out how things are going, what he's seeing, what the water is actually doing, which is really maybe even the biggest point. But in just a little bit, we're also going to check in with Kyle and Miles Dotson. They own Or Angling, and they're actually out this morning on that boat, unless they're done, because they get done really quick a lot of the times over there in Pacific City. But we're going to find out how the saltwater has been. All the reports that I've been getting up and down the coast, when folks have been able to get out, it's been really good. Prior to the show, I always do a little Facebook thing, just kind of giving everybody on our Facebook page an idea what's going on. And I had mentioned how quickly, right, and how difficult it is to get out to some of these areas. And I mentioned, I understand. Over the last decade or so, there's been a lot of people that have just flat given up on freshwater fishing here in Oregon and Washington. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But the saltwater is still a bright spot, and I get it now. I totally understand. I'm not going to make that switch, but I can understand as to why, because they're catching a bunch of fish out there, making a lot of groceries, and I guess the crabbing's been okay. So we'll find out from those two how that's been. Also, if you have been participating in the Pike Minnow Reward Program for any amount of time, here at Outdoor GPS, we've been working with them for well over a decade now, sharing info. Well, it's that time of year. They actually opened it up a little bit early this year, which I find very interesting, a couple of weeks early. The Dalles in particular, we're going to have those first numbers for all those folks that chase pike minnow in that reward program again, because it is now going to become full swing on the 1st of May. But of course, there are a couple of early areas that are open now and quite a bit of success, which is all good stuff. In these conditions, the last handful of years, anything we can do to help the salmon and steelhead smolts get out. And I got to throw in my own little side note here. Can we please somehow start handling these birds? I mean, the amount of cormorants and mergansers just in the last couple of years have just gone. And if you're like me and you spend time out on any small river system alone, which is horrible, but big rivers, they're just so, how do they get by? There's a lot of things that we can do to help out salmon and steelhead smolts, but the Pike Minnow program is one of the best ones. So let's go ahead and take a few calls. It looks like we got a bunch of calls that are coming in. Let's go ahead and take Trevor. Trevor is our first call this morning. He's got there's a Detroit Lake Derby that's coming up. Trevor, when is it and what's it all about?
Hey, good morning, Owen.
Good morning.
Yeah, so the Detroit Lake Derby is put together by the Detroit Lake Foundation. Their derby is coming up May 16, 17, 18. It's a 3-day event. Kicks off at 6 a.m. on Friday morning and goes 3 days. They hold some great events over at the park, concerts, food trucks, beverage trucks. I mean, they really go all out on this.
Sounds like a ton of fun. Hopefully the conditions at the lake are going to be favorable.
You know, I think they will be. The lake's pretty well full, pretty wet spring, a lot of snow coming out. You know, it's going to be, and ODFW puts a lot of fish in there. There's also 10 tagged fish. These 10 tagged fish can be redeemed for a $100 prize. And that's not just through the weekend, but if you catch one of those throughout the course of the summer, they will pay you that $100 clear up until Labor Day.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like
yeah, lots of opportunities up there. $25 for adults, $20 for a child. They really, really, really focus on the kids. They want to get the kids back into fishing, and there's just so much neat stuff going on up there. And Detroit isn't just a fishery for boats. I mean, there's tons of bank access. So grab your gear, come on up. It's going to be fun.
Well, everyone on your screen, our professional producer back here, Ryan, pulled up the website for you, which was perfect.
Thank you.
You can certainly enter in there. Sounds like a great cause. Get the kids out there fishing in Detroit Lake. If you haven't spent time there, a great reason to go. And if you are a veteran, this gives you an excuse to go out and have some fun. Trevor, thanks for the call and the update on the Derby that's coming up. We appreciate it. All right, let's start showing you some of the photos that everybody's been sending in. And like I said earlier, pay attention. Sometimes it takes a little while, and they get in there. You can see this is a Columbia River Springer, so it's been a week or two since that's even been an option, so it sometimes does take a little time. Rod Dayton, a.k.a. Plugs. I know that guy. He's really good at it. Nice fish, too, by the way. It seems like that's the way the majority of those fish were, but there were some big ones. I actually got a photo that we will be showing here in a handful of weeks, I guess, depending on when it got into the system, of a 25-pounder recently caught. Angela with a dandy. Nice fish. Congratulations. Easy to do, too, everyone. We'll show you exactly how to do it. Wow. There's another nice one. A Columbia. That's a good one. Anybody missed the Columbia yet? I'm raising my hand if you can't see me. Renee, congratulations. Sounds like some of the fishing above Bonneville, though, in the areas that are available for you has been very interesting. Hopefully we can get a report or two to share of that as well. Devil's Lake Bass, Nathan, thanks for sending it in. Yeah, lots of other species out there. I know we spent a lot of time talking about salmon and steelhead, well, for good reason. Father-daughter clamming day, Samantha. Oh, that's my sister's name. Looks like she found some good ones. Definitely a lot of things that you can do out there these days. It's just that great time of year. Now you're also starting to see this situation pop up where you're going to start seeing spring chinook in the systems and steelhead, summer steelhead in particular. There's been reports of a late winter here and there, but certainly some promising reports of summers by people that actually know what a summer is, especially in April, being caught. It's a good sign. Cross your fingers, I guess. Newport Springling. Yep, we're going to find out from Kyle and Miles how it's been out of Pacific City, just to give you an idea what's going on here in just a little while. There's a few tacos there. Delicious. Oh, here's a great one. Out on the Columbia. Lewis sent this in. Great photo. That is just a cool photo. You got the little double reflection going on there, or is that the moon and the sun? I think that is the moon and the sun. Very cool. That's a mounter. Easy to do. We're going to get to that in a second. Nice springer here as well. Sun's first springer, Jason. Well done. Congratulations. Nice little fish too. Yeah, and it's been tough. I'll have my report this upcoming segment. Zoe's first turkey. The season has started out pretty good. I haven't personally talked with Austin Mosier from Austin's. Geez, I forgot his guide service. There you go. I can't remember. Yeah, anyway, it's been interesting. Jody's been getting his birds for his clients every day as well. For those folks that have been chasing them out on public land, it's been a struggle, but that's the way it is here in Oregon. Well done. Congratulations. It's the Fox 12 app. It's free. Download it. Once you do so, you can find out everything going on with Fox 12 and Fox 12 Plus. But of course, how to leave your photos and videos that we show off every Saturday and Sunday morning. All right, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, I've got Pat. Oh, I can't forget Abby's, can I? Abby's has got a giveaway every day here, Saturday and Sunday. You got to enter in each week. It's gps@abbys.com. If you do win, you'll win a gift card for a giant pizza and one of my all-time favorite, Spuds. They're delicious, even though they're full of carbs. But that's a whole other story. Very, very cool. Now, let's find out what the weather is going to actually do this upcoming week. And this is, I love this kind of a forecast that you have. Of course, I already have seen it being here this morning, but a little bit of moisture, and then it's going to get almost hot.
Yeah, I know. 80s. Okay, we usually have about, I think, 5 80s in May, and we might kick off the very first day with 80s. So we'll get to that. Right now, it's kind of a cloudy, dreary morning, 55 degrees out there in our Shriners camera. We actually are getting these clouds from a system that's in central California. So it's stretching all the way through about central Oregon. And this thing has continued to push south in the latest model runs all throughout last week. So we knew it wouldn't be a washout of a day, which is good. That means we have decreasing rain chances, more opportunities to avoid those showers. If obviously you're in Medford, anywhere south of, I'd say, Albany, even Eugene, maybe a little sprinkle here. Also, we're looking at Bend having some stray showers, Burns got some rain this morning, Baker City, even in LaGrande. So this is a really scattered coverage. Again, pretty much anywhere north of Eugene is dry, though. Our forecast here today, I think it's just going to get better and better, especially by the afternoon. More sunshine. You can check out all that clear sky right there over the valleys. And then tomorrow morning, waking up cloudy again, but probably not as cloudy as this morning. And I really don't think we're going to see any kind of rain tomorrow. Maybe a little brief drizzle Sunday and Monday, but that chance is super low. So we didn't even put it here on our forecast. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, also much cooler. Our highs today may even get close to 70 if we see that sunshine earlier than later in Portland. Now, we do have that area of low pressure scooting to the east. What's going to happen is we have a little wiggle in the jet stream, and a wiggle in the jet stream, we call that a short wave. So this thing is going to come through. It's super weak. It's not going to bring a ton of showers. I think maybe Tuesday morning, a sprinkle or two. But check out what happens Thursday. Now, this is that first day of May I hinted at. Not a cloud in the sky, and it's going to allow us to warm up quite a bit. So on our 7-day forecast here, 82 degrees is our forecast high for Thursday. Now, I think that could even get boosted up a little bit, so we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, the rest of April, I just don't anticipate a ton of measurable rain, and maybe a 1/10 of an inch, Owen. And so we'll see how this ends up being, driest April. I know it's going to be a really warm one, though.
Yeah, for us in Oregon, that's a hot, hot day.
Yeah, I know.
I plan on being fishing that day, and I'm going to have to hide somehow, maybe under an umbrella or something to get out of the sun. But we appreciate it as always, Peyton.
Yeah, of course.
Have a great Saturday. All right, we're going to cut to a break. When we come back, I've got a couple of different phone calls hanging. We're going to take them both, Pat and Bob. Also, we're going to find out how things went for me this week. I only had a chance for one day, but we will line you out on what our current conditions are here locally. Be right back.